When 90 Day Fiancé first aired back in 2014, it was like reality TV gold. The concept was simple but addictive: couples racing against the clock on the K-1 visa process, cultures clashing, romance blossoming, or imploding, under pressure. Every episode felt unpredictable, dramatic, and just messy enough to keep you coming back for more. And then came the spin-offs. Oh, so many spin-offs. Before the 90 Days, Happily Ever After, The Other Way, The Single Life. Each one promised a new twist on the formula. And for a while, TLC had a reality TV empire that felt unstoppable. But here's the thing about empires: eventually, they overexpand. What started as a thrilling binge quickly turned into a never-ending loop of déjà vu. I used to marathon this franchise like it was a sport. Now, I find myself scrolling through my phone halfway through episodes, barely paying attention, especially when it comes to one spin-off in particular, Happily Ever After. At this point, Happily Ever After feels like the biggest joke in the 90 Day Fiancé universe. The couples aren't happy, the storylines aren't new, and the drama, it's been reheated more times than a sad slice of leftover pizza. The curse of the same old faces. Part of the magic of early 90 Day Fiancé was watching new, unsuspecting couples navigate their international relationships in real time. But Happily Ever After has become a revolving door of the same names and faces, people whose entire romantic history we already know, down to the fights, the breakups, and the makeups. There's no mystery anymore. When I see the likes of Gino, Jasmine, Andre, Elizabeth, Lauren, and Alexei, I already know their patterns. I can practically predict when a blow-up will happen, when a reconciliation will follow, and when a random cousin or sibling will get roped into a fight for extra drama. The result: a spin-off that feels like a reality show rebooting itself every season with the exact same cast, just wearing different outfits. When social media outsmarts the show. Here's the other big problem: we live in the age of Instagram stories, TikTok lives, and Reddit threads. And no matter how much TLC wants us to suspend disbelief, it's impossible to ignore what the cast members are posting in real life while we're supposed to be watching them in an entirely different chapter of their relationships on TV. Case in point, Jasmine. On Happily Ever After, Season 9, we're supposed to believe she's still tangled up in drama with Gino, complete with jealousy issues and even a physical fight with his new love interest, Natalie. But in reality, back in April 2025, she already posted about having a baby, Matilda, with Matt Brannis. She's in Florida, she's moved on, and she's clearly not pining for Gino. Jasmine herself even spoiled Gino's romantic timeline, spilling on Instagram that he'd dated Natalie, then moved on to 2 different Brazilian women, before ending up with Kelly Wagner, and then dumping her after some very ugly allegations about body shaming and shady DMs. So when I'm watching scenes of Gino and Natalie awkwardly flirting or fighting, I'm not invested, because I already know it's ancient history. Elizabeth and Andre's Moldovan move, that never was. And then there's the Elizabeth and Andre saga. We've been following them for years, and this season, their big storyline is whether they'll move to Andre's hometown in Moldova. The show tries to sell it as this massive life change, family tensions, teary goodbyes, and culture shock moments. Except, we know they're not going anywhere. By episode 4, they're in Moldova, and Andre throws a huge party to announce the move. Elizabeth looks visibly uncomfortable, complaining about sharing a bathroom with his parents, struggling with the language barrier, and not even understanding his big, "we're moving" speech. It's awkward TV, but not because of the tension. It's awkward because we already know they built a massive 3,670 square foot home in Florida in 2022 for nearly $400,000. US Sun confirmed they're still living there. It's basically Lauren and Alexei's "will we move to Israel" storyline all over again, a fake-out move that never happens. The Other Way, proof the franchise still works, when done right. Here's the thing. My frustration with Happily Ever After doesn't mean I'm done with the entire 90 Day franchise. I actually still get excited for The Other Way. Why? Because it flips the script. Instead of foreigners moving to the US, Americans pack up and head overseas, often with zero idea what they're walking into. It's unpredictable, it's fresh, and it's filled with real cultural and emotional challenges that can't be staged as easily. You're not watching the 10th fight between the same couple over the same issue. You're watching people navigate new languages, new family dynamics, and entirely new lifestyles. The couples are mostly new, and because they haven't been through the 90-day fame machine yet, their reactions feel more raw and less rehearsed. Why Happily Ever After needs to end. I know some fans love having a catch-up spin-off for their favorite couples, but honestly, that's what social media is for now. Between Instagram, Cameo, and tabloid updates, we know everything these cast members are doing before the episodes even air. And when the storylines rely on pretending we don't know those facts, it turns into bad reality TV theater. There's no tension in wondering whether Elizabeth will move to Moldova when Zillow already tells us she has a mortgage in Florida. There's no suspense in watching Gino flirt with Natalie when Jasmine has already posted photos of her newborn with another man. If Happily Ever After can't give us genuine surprises, it's time to let it go. TLC's dilemma: oversaturation is killing the golden goose. The 90-Day Fiancé franchise has always thrived on drama, cultural clashes, and the thrill of the unknown. But Happily Ever After has become predictable to the point of self-parody. And with so many spin-offs airing back-to-back, sometimes overlapping, even hardcore fans are burning out. Oversaturation doesn't just bore people, it cheapens the brand. When every storyline starts feeling like a copy-paste of the last, fans start picking and choosing which spin-offs to watch. And once they skip one, it's easier to skip another. If TLC wants to keep the 90-day universe alive, they need to lean into the spin-offs that still bring something new, the other way, maybe even before the 90 days when it focuses on fresh faces. But Happily Ever After, it's become the equivalent of a sitcom that's been on the air for 3 seasons too long. The final straw for me. For me personally, the breaking point was watching an episode where I knew, in real time, that half the current relationships were already over. The show was asking me to invest in outcomes I'd already seen play out on Instagram months ago. That's not reality TV, that's reruns disguised as new content. And the saddest part, when Happily Ever After first launched, it was a brilliant idea. It gave fans closure on couples we'd grown attached to. But somewhere along the way, it stopped being about authentic updates and started being about milking the same drama until it's bone dry. So yeah, I'm ready to pull the plug. Let Happily Ever After go out with some dignity, if it's not too late for that. Give us the fresh chaos of the other way. Give us brand new couples fumbling through love and cultural differences. Give us surprises again. Because if TLC keeps clinging to this tired spin-off, it's not just Happily Ever After that's going to lose me, it's the entire 90-Day Fiancé franchise.